Hi, I'm Sharon Collins with Georgia Outdoors. You know, because I travel all around the state, people always want to know, well, what's your favorite place? Well, I have a lot of them, but one of my favorites is sitting on top of a squatty little lighthouse between Savannah and Tybee Island.
Lighthouses command attention, rising above the water, flashing bright. These towers of light saved countless lives. Even today, these structures are held in high regard by mariners across the world. One of my favorites is Cockspur. Maybe it's because day after day, year after year, she stands strong against the rising tides that nip at her heels and threaten her very foundation. Cockspur marks the entrance to Savannah River. It has done so for more than 175 years. By air, you can see how unique she is. The base was built like the prow of a ship. That design may be the only reason she still stands today. Like the bow of a boat cuts through water, Cockspur's pointed front is able to deflect the ocean waves. She sits on an oyster bed surrounded by water. Today, the Friends of Cockspur are taking me for a close-up view. Harvey Farrell promised I would fall in love with the tiny tower.
It is so cute.
Yeah, she's really a special place, and a lot of people's hearts in this area, that's for sure.
Harvey and his friends plan to restore Cockspur to her original glory. A lot of money has already been spent on granite blocks that minimize erosion.
This was all almost disappearing as you would see it, the land. The
Wow.
mud and the sand. So this has stopped that, and that's the major thing.
So it kind of stopped right there and then just dropped off to water?
It did, well, yeah, I mean, the water was all the way up on the sides already, and you could just see the water lapping at the sand and the mud, washing it out every tide change. So now we've got a solid piece of land.
The oyster bed is growing, which will add even more stability. The hope is that this spit of land will connect with Fort Pulaski Park so that one day visitors can walk from the monument to the lighthouse at low tide.
So this is your lighthouse.
There she is, yeah. So all this will be redone eventually. They're going to repoint every brick, which is going to take some time and also some money.
It's amazing Cockspur didn't tumble down during the Civil War. The Northern Army was lined up along Tybee Beach and shot across the lighthouse to take Fort Pulaski. You can see what they did to the fort, but Cockspur was spared. It is now part of the National Monument, and the Park Service is also committed to her restoration.
Lighthouses, I guess, just spur your interest into what were they all about. Well, those ships that came across the Atlantic had to find their way home. And the three that we've seen pass us over here on the North Channel, they've got wonderful GPS stuff. Years gone by, they didn't have that. They had to depend on line of sight, and when they saw the big Tybee light, there's Tybee, Captain. And then they saw the little Cockspur light. There's the South Channel, Captain, so we can find our way to downtown Savannah.
By 1909, Cockspur's light was no longer needed. But Harvey says the history she represents is worth the effort.
Wow, no railings, but cool.
Steady walk.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. This is kind of scary.
The lighthouse itself needs a lot of work. These rusty railings may be the first priority.
And if you fell here, you would die.
Yeah, you wouldn't hurt yourself, you'd get killed, yeah. Imagine 1837, and then 1848 is when this top was put on. Then it's been touched up over the years, several different times due to storms and other things that harmed it, and she's still here.
Refurbishing a lighthouse is tedious work. This one made more difficult by the fact she is in water with every tide.
She's obviously a treasure. You've not touched her. You felt her. You felt her bones from the inside, and yeah, she's quite a treasure, and we still feel like we always have. It's amazing, as a young boy coming to Tybee all my life, would always look over and just look, and never paid that much attention, except I knew she was always here. As you get older, you know, you wonder about things not being the way they were.
This is going to be your legacy, you think?
I would love to have that as one of those things. Yeah, he was one of those people that helped put that lighthouse back together, and there she stands. And
You ready to head down? I could sit up here forever, but
yeah, isn't it great?
But then the tide would come up and we'd never get out of here.
Yeah, we'd have to wait till the next
We
tide.
really would have to spend the night.
As you descend the stairs and touch the walls, it hits you. This lighthouse has stood here almost 2 centuries. I leave knowing many people are determined Cockspur's light will shine again.
Well, now you know about my secret little perch. You get peace up there, and there's a sense of power looking out over all that water. I'm Sharon Collins, and now you know.